Sorry about your silver price, but the data does not lie. This is from Forex and Action Forex, and we could see right here, look, U.S. initial jobless claims falls to 235,000. It's exactly what we want. We want a drop in jobless claims, showing strength. Here's some more strength. U.S. second quarter GDP growth grows 2.8% annualized. Inflation pressures start to ease. This is what we want. We want strength in our economy. Unfortunately for us as silver stackers, when the economy shows strength, like it's been doing, silver tends to not perform as well. Please hit subscribe and please hit like if you're enjoying this content. It really helps a lot to get this information out there. Hit those buttons. Now, this is from Reuters, and it says U.S. economy regains speed in second quarter. Price pressures easing. Again, this is great. This is what we want to see. We want that strength. But when the economy is strong, silver tends to become stagnant and even drop. That's the dichotomy that we suffer as silver stackers. When there's disruption in the economy, when there's geopolitical tension, when people are feeling an unease in any way, people move their funds toward that safe haven of precious metals. And when we're seeing this strength, it's not a shock. Sorry, it's not a big shock that we're watching the price of silver, the spot price, drop down these past few days. Let's start. This says the U.S. economy grew faster than expected in the second quarter amid solid gains in consumer spending and business investment, but inflation pressures subsided, leaving intact expectations of a September interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve. This is exactly what we want. As citizens of this country, we want strength in our economy. We want manufacturing to expand. We want all these things. We want the Fed to cut rates. Now, as this rolls out, and this is the history of silver, we're going to see that as this rolls out, those rates come down, people have more discretionary spending, they're feeling more confident, they're going to take risks. They're not going to go to that safe haven of silver, and that's going to impact our price. That's a struggle we have. It's a struggle we always have. Let's keep going. This is the same article on Reuters. It says, the report dispelled concerns that the economic expansion was in danger of an abrupt end, which had been stoked by lackluster performance in the first quarter and in April. The economy continues to outperform its global peers, despite hefty rate hikes from the U.S. Central Bank in 2022 and 2023, thanks to a resilient labor market. That tight labor market has been keeping everything going. Economic growth is solid, not too hot, and not too cold. Inflation looks to be going the Fed's way, and an easing of monetary restraint with an interest rate cut is likely in September. Now, there's a big elephant in the room that is going to happen as the next months unfold with this strong economy, and that is the election's coming up. This is a very heated election, and like every presidential election, no matter what goes on either side, Democrat, Republican, either side, people vote on the economy. So as we see this strength in the economy continue, and we watch this election come up, initially everyone felt that, oh yes, this is a heated election. It's if there's ever going to be a disruption going on that will cause people to feel anxious and put their funds into a safe store of wealth like precious metals, it's this election. I mean, which is true. Absolutely. This is a heated, stressful election, more than any that I could think of in my lifetime. That being said, every political scientist will tell you that the history of our country shows people, no matter what's going on either side, on either party, people vote on the economy. If the economy is strong, then people keep that administration in power. So this, of course, is going to impact our plans for stacking silver, because the price of silver is always correlated to disruption. It's always correlated to insecurity. It's always correlated to anything that is making people feel like they need safety. So again, this is what we have to look out for as this unfolds. Let's keep going. It says consumer spending, which accounts for more than 2% of the economy, increased at around 2.3%. This is exactly what we want. It slowed down to a 1.5% pace from January to March, but Now it's increased to 2.3. Spending was driven by increased outlays. Now I think this is interesting because I'm seeing this. I see this on my day-to-day right here. It says spending was driven by increased outlays on services like healthcare, housing and utilities, as well as club memberships, visits to sports centers, parks, theaters, museums, gambling. When the pandemic ended and people were finally able to go out in public, at least here in California, no one was going to movie theaters. No one. And recently, I mean, literally this past month, I've gone to movie theaters and I don't know about where you live, but it's back to normal. I mean, there's crowds, everybody is just in the theater, which is very exciting because it really felt like the theater was dead after the pandemic. It felt like those days were over. So I can't be the only one seeing this. You know, all of these day-to-day indicators are showing that the economy is getting back. Now, here's some silver news. This says silver forecast prices plunge 3%. I don't need to tell you that because you see the spot price dropping as key economic data looms. And here's some key takeaways. Technical analysis starts key support levels for silver $27.22 and $25.84. And here, China's demand has changed, at least presently. Weak Chinese demand and U.S. manufacturing PMI contraction are major factors driving the current decline in silver prices. China, for the past 2 months, has slowed their intake of silver, their hoarding of silver. It's slowed. I don't believe that it's going to stop. There's no way because they need that silver to be the top of this green revolution of of the solar and the EV industries. They want to be top. So they need silver. They're not going to stop. There's no way. This says silver price plummets as traders await key economic data. Silver prices experienced a sharp decline on Thursday, dropping over 3% as investors engaged in profit-taking ahead of crucial U.S. economic data releases. That basically shows that people were getting anxious about these releases. But these numbers, this is what we really need to look at. We're looking at $27.22 and $25.84. Now, 2 months ago, if you had told me we would even be looking at that range, I would have rolled my eyes. There's no way. I really feel like we're at bottom presently. I can't imagine that we're going to dip lower back to that level that we were at for the past 2 years when we were at $22 to $24, that long stagnant price. I really don't see those days coming back, and my fingers are crossed. Hit subscribe. Please hit the like button. It really helps to get this information out there. It's really important. It really helps. And I'll see you guys on the next one.